Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Tea Time Thoughts, the channel where we discuss thoughts and drink tea. We've been talking an awful lot about bridezillas around here. It's everyone's favorite topic because the tea is so hot. But what happens if there's a groomzilla? Because as we all know, you don't have to have a uterus to be a zilla. Let's look at some groomzillas, shall we? I need advice calling off my engagement. Ooh, wow. After I found out that almost my entire wedding is a cheap version I think she means of his ex's wedding. Okay, let's do this again. I need advice calling off my engagement after I found out that almost my entire wedding is a cheap version of his ex's wedding. In what universe is this acceptable? Okay, TLDR, my fiance, 'tis officially a groomzilla. She used it wrong, but it's so cool that she used 'tis that I'm excited. Oh, this one's gonna be spicy. My fiance, 'tis officially a groomzilla. I've been rolling over to accommodate him, but just found out he wants to replicate the wedding of his ex who dumped him. This doesn't feel genuine. We had a huge fight, and I hurt him I think she means probably. And I probably hurt him badly enough for him not to be talking. I, 36 female, feel horrible about myself since I went crazy on my fiance Ned, 35 male, and yelled at him repeatedly for about 30 minutes inside our car. I'm not an angry person, nor do I ever raise my voice. I'm sorry and embarrassed, and I think the relationship isn't good for either of us and we need to break up. He keeps asking me what the actual matter is, but I'm way too angry and embarrassed to externalize it. Before we get into this, OP, let me just say something. It's okay to get angry. It is, I promise. It's okay to get angry. I can sometimes be filled with the rage myself, but it's not okay to project your anger onto some unrelated issue. Like, you don't pick up your socks.
Why don't you pick up your socks?
If you're not angry about socks, then don't get angry about socks. Talk about what you're actually angry about. Own your truth. All right, let's go. We've been planning this wedding for 6 months. We are supposed to get married by the end of this year. He's been encroaching on my side of the wedding planning to the point that he's almost taken over. I mean, brides do that all the time. That's her special day, and the groom very rarely gets much of a say, so nobody should be doing this. Bride or groom, but brides do it a lot, so I do get when grooms kind of push back and try to get their own flavor into the wedding, but yeah, I think the TLDR says it's gone way beyond that. We decided that I would organize the ceremony and will absolutely take his wishes into consideration, but he would organize the reception because he has a big family and there are certain traditions that he wants to honor. Oh, by the way, somebody reminded me I'm not drinking enough tea. And they're absolutely right, and I've been thinking about that. So today I have a beautiful sencha green tea that I got at Trader Joe's. I'm not sponsored, I just love Trader Joe's. If I ever get a neon light, it's gonna say that. So yes. And the tea is hot in this one, guys. It's hot. Ned has been adding more and more stuff to the point that my wishes are kept to a minimum. I wanted a church wedding and a traditional reception. He gets mad at me when I protest some of his choices. I was married once, a while ago. I don't talk about it that often, but I was. And this happened to me too. Luckily, both of us were low maintenance people, and so we ended up having a destination wedding in the middle of the desert, which was really cool, and I loved it. But yeah, I would not have been able to make a single choice without him agreeing to it, and if he didn't agree to it and vetoed it, it just wasn't going to happen. So I do kind of get this. Groomzillas exist, blah, 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 blah. Let's keep going. To avoid making this too long, this is what's happening. Now the wedding will be a night ceremony with forest-inspired settings. Oh, I like that. That actually sounds really nice. And a reception in the same fake woodland. I like the idea of a forest-themed ceremony, but I think you should use the real forest or trees or something. Why would you do a fake one? I'm confused. We were supposed to have, we got quotes here, dignitaries as guests. Okay. I hate this. It's weird. And he wants me to wear a floral crown, which I love. I wore a floral crown for my wedding, and I absolutely loved it. Floral crowns are beautiful. You should wear a floral crown. Yeah, I like it. So he keeps inviting people from the government who keep turning him down. Why would you? Look. The government is involved enough in your marriage. Why would you invite them as guests? He chose a spot in his mother's backyard, and he's been buying plants like crazy to make it look like a forest. He also has a landscaper come in every weekend to create a tiny lake, about 40 feet, shallow depth. Yeah, that's good, because if people are drinking at your wedding, you don't want deep water anyway. Just saying, I'm always worried about health and safety. That's just the kind of person I am. You can see in some of my other videos, I'm always talking about health, safety, in relation to alcohol. I take this very seriously. And had his brother put in a PVC fake cabin in the yard because he wants us to walk from the ceremony, less than a minute, through a bridge and get to the PVC cabin for pictures. I mean, nothing about this sounds bad or tacky. I mean, unless you really don't like it, but it sounds cute. I mean, I guess as long as the plants are real. I don't like fake plants. I don't. I'm a gardener. I love my plants. I grow copious amounts of them every summer, especially. Yeah, well, they're not fake. That sounds nice. I'm not gonna, no shade yet. I think it's gonna be very uncomfortable with my dress and everything. Oh yeah, that's true. So when I got married in the desert, and we didn't anticipate for this, because we're not desert people. We went there for a destination, like very small destination thing. I walked through so much goose poop. I had no idea there were so many geese in the Nevada desert. And furthermore, I had no idea how much geese poop. They poop so much, besties. They poop so much. Okay, let's keep going. It doesn't look bad. It's just, it's not my taste and he's imposing. Yeah, okay. So if it's not your taste, fair. I'm actually pretty rigid when it comes to like aesthetics for like something important to me. And, you know, and so I kind of get like how you could butt heads about something like that. But if you're spending a lot of money, or even any amount of money, it's actually kind of worth it to hire a designer, like an interior designer or somebody that knows about this sort of thing, or a decorator to help you merge your two separate tastes into an explosive conclusion that's very beautiful, because professional designers can do this. But we continue. He gets hostile every time I point out that I don't know where this elf boho Sean Parker inspired wedding is coming from. He wants lots of flowers and he wants people to eat in like a bacchanal. Great. But our budget isn't bottomless and I'm paying for most of it because I make 3 times his salary. Oh no, he's making all the decisions and you're forking out all the cash? No way. Nope, it doesn't work like that. He got offended when I said the wedding had a medieval hear ye vibe after he wanted to force me to agree to add fake stone huts rented by the local theater troupe. Just FYI, if you do want props for your wedding, a local theater group is a fantastic place to get them. But this is clearly not her vibe. She's not feeling this, so, and she's paying for all of it. So I'm already getting a little hyphy here. I'm getting heated. It's an unnecessary expense, and honestly, they look atrocious. His Groomzilla ways have gotten so out of hand that he got into an argument with his sister, and she said, "We can't have all we want," right? And said it with so much hate that I felt really uncomfortable. Oh, even his family doesn't like him, OP. I started to get really anxious and got into his phone. I know, it's wrong. Yes, it's wrong. It is wrong to snoop in someone else's phone. It is wrong. I'm not gonna let you get away with that one, bestie, but it sounds like you've been putting up with a lot of from this guy, and we who put up with are none of us perfect. We continue. And found hundreds of pictures of his ex's Lori's wedding. Uh-oh. I found her on social media and found her blog and her wedding website, plus the article on her wedding done by her planner, and I am sick to my stomach. Uh-oh, something really cringy is about to happen. Lori married someone who's very influential where I live. I had no idea this guy, who's notorious because of her career, is her husband. Okay. The wedding took place at her and her husband's estate with all the works. They took pictures of the monogrammed gates, the huge fish ponds, etc. The ceremony took place inside a stone church/chapel with glass ceilings at night and it looked like a greenhouse because of the foliage. Uh-oh, wedding inspo from his ex. There's a dog barking outside. Sorry. I'm sorry, my window's open. It's hot in here. It's not hot enough for AC, so I'm sorry. The guests were transported in small boats to a barn-style structure inside a lake for the reception. Wow, like right down to the last detail, huh? Local celebrities were invited and local government officials were there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. Stop it. He's literally trying to outdo his ex because he's jealous of her recent success in relationship life. He would literally rather be married to his ex's current than his own current. Oh my. Oh, mercy. Mercy days. This is bad. I'm so disgusted. I feel like he's trying to copy paste her wedding. Like literally, he is. That's exactly what he's, yeah. He's even renting props. Props, bestie.
Props.
I have this nagging feeling that our relationship was a huge lie after I found out that he proposed as soon as he found out that she got married. Yes, she wore a flower crown. I mean, okay, look, lots of us wear a flower crown. They're beautiful. There's a reason we like to wear them. But oh my God, is the tea ever hot? Piping hot up in here. Oh, my throat's burning. Ah. I'm now afraid that he may have chosen me because I'm successful. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm sure there's like some semblance of love there. There are lots of successful people in the world, but of all the successful people he could have chosen, he chose you. So that's nice. That's nice. But I feel like best case scenario, this is going to be a guy who is constantly trying to force you to keep up with the person he's jealous of this week. And worst case scenario, he's going to be really, really abusive toward you. And my God, think of the children. Like if you have children with somebody this petty and competitive, can you imagine what he's going to put those kids through the second they hit like preschool? This guy is unglued. He's got problems. Wow. And no matter what, you're always gonna have to put superficiality before substance. The guy's got no substance. The guy's got a damaged personality. He's all about like, how can I outdo everyone around me? Do you really want to be married to someone like that? Because I was married to someone like that. And let me tell you right now, no way, bestie. No, you don't want it. It gets old so fast. Like once the glow, once the patina of like infatuation and little sexy feelings wears off, you're going to resent him like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, don't marry him. Don't marry him. He's so messed up. I didn't know much about his relationship with her, except that he claimed she was a psycho. Yeah. He, of course, all his exes are psychos, didn't you know? He's a victim. Everyone he's ever dated is a complete psycho. Yeah. I'm just finding out that she's the one who ended the relationship. You can't, oh my God. I think she's engaged to my ex. I really, truly do. Except I'm not married to a dignitary. I'm not married to a politician. I'm not married at all. So, yeah. Yeah, but this is so familiar. This is so familiar. Having flashbacks. Need a therapist. I'm just finding out that she's the one who ended the relationship, sent him horrible messages that I found, calling him a nobody, a gold digger, and a mental abuser. Okay, gold digger and mental abuser, valid complaints. If somebody is doing the thing that she's describing, those are valid complaints. Calling somebody a nobody is mean. So his ex is just as terrible as he is. Look, do you really want to be involved in this narrative? Like, I feel like you don't belong there, hon. I do. There are other people out there. I know it'll hurt if you break up. You're thinking about breaking up anyway. Do it. If you ever see this, just please leave this guy. Please leave this guy and find somebody you deserve and who deserves you. I'm not okay with this. It sounds really emotionally abusive and toxic. He even tried to engage some of her wedding vendors, but I'm sure their prices are sky high. Yeah, probably. If she married into money, of course they're gonna blow a percentage or a small portion of it on their wedding. It's okay to use someone else's vendors. If you like the way a wedding turned out, absolutely. Stock their vendors. I I've been doing this for a little while now, and let me tell you, if I ever get married again, I have so many good ideas that I've leveraged from some of these posts. But yeah, this is different. I've been really angry about all of this, but I can't tell him that I went through his phone. I mean, does it matter? Does it matter? Tell him. And then maybe he'll do you a favor and he'll f off. We had an incident in which he was enthusiastically planning our vows, and I yelled at him. I lost my cool, and by the time I came to my senses, I realized I'd been ranting for more than 20 minutes. Yeah, rage can kind of do that, can't it? He was livid and teary-eyed, turned the car around and went to bed without eating. I hope he drove home first. Hope he didn't just turn the car around and fall asleep. My dad did that once. Do not recommend. He's kind of shutting down. I'm having serious doubt about this relationship and I feel remorseful for hurting him. I apologize, but he's very quiet. I've been abused before, and now I'm worried that he's hiding something. Yeah, he's he's hiding the fact that he's copy and pasting his ex's wedding. That's what he's hiding. I don't think he wants his ex back. I don't. I mean, he might. That's entirely possible. Hey, Zen. But I don't think so. I do not think so. I think he's jealous and petty and vindictive. Those are 3 traits you do not want in a partner, and particularly a life partner. I would like to approach this in a sensible way without damaging or humiliating him, should his motives be that he has low self-esteem or whatever. He does have low self-esteem or whatever. He's just oozing it. He does. He does. That breakup could have dealt a massive blow to his ego. Some breakups do. But I feel like his response to it isn't proportional, healthy, or normal. I can't marry someone who lied to me, planned a wedding with someone else in mind, and hasn't been straightforward. Again, honey, I don't think he's into his ex. I don't think he's after his ex. I think he's trying to outdo his ex because he's mad at her. That's it. I do not think he wants to be with her. It sounds like he probably wants to be with you. But yeah, it doesn't matter if he's into his ex or not. You got enough red flags here that even if he loves you to the ends of the earth and back, do not marry this guy because he's a nutcase. He's insane. He is. He's got some serious problems. I'm angry and embarrassed because I'm sure his family knows. Please, I need lots of encouragement right now and some advice. Breaking up without letting my emotions get out of control again. I love him, but I feel like even this destroyed my libido. Oh yeah, sweetheart, once your libido's gone, the relationship's over. You're not getting that back. You are not getting that back. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to like sex therapy or whatever, but when somebody treats me badly enough, or they upset me enough, or they do something that just really kills that, there's no getting it back. You don't unring that bell. Listen, you want some advice on how to break up with this guy? Let me give you the perfect breakup phrase. This is my go-to breakup phrase. You take a deep breath, calm yourself down as much as possible, and you say, "We need to break up." They'll say, "Why?" You will say, "Because we have reached the end of our relationship for a number of reasons." That's it. That statement is so impactful that, I mean, they might cry, they might scream, they might beg, they might gaslight, they might try to turn it back on you, but you've said nothing. You've said nothing that they can gaslight. All you've said is, "I feel as if we've reached the end of our relationship." That's it. If they want reasons, put them in writing, send it to them in writing. Don't try to have that conversation with somebody like that, because it's not going to go well. Yeah, Major Groomzilla. Next groom. Am I the only one who has a significant other who is such a prima donna? My fiance changed our first song for whatever reason. We disagreed on the music that they are playing for the cocktail hour. He didn't like how our invitations turned out, and we even argued for hours on what song should be for the cake cutting. I just can't, lol. His mom and I agree on everything, but he's like, "It's not my vision." Boy, oh no. Boy, everyone knows it's about the bride, not the groom. See what I'm saying? This happens a lot. It is about the groom. It's his day too, bestie. I told him to stand at the altar and look pretty, but he's very opinionated when it comes to our wedding. Our wedding. Not your wedding, our wedding. I've only had one Bridezilla moment. You sure about that though? because I'm not too sure that you know how to count. And it was because the straps on my wedding dress are too narrow, but I'm not going to do anything about it because I'll be wearing a shawl for the reception. Oh, okay. He also argued about wanting the photographer to take getting ready pics and the grand exit. The grand exit from what? Your marriage? Because I don't see this last two. He's like, I don't care. It has to be done. Yeah, hon, let's pay another $1,500 that we don't have. I mean, I'm not going to throw a shade on that one. I really hate expensive weddings, but it just sounds like these two are control freaks. I finally told him, no, we're not doing it. I can't imagine what my pregnancy is going to be like. Lol. I'm not worried about your pregnancy. I'm worried about your kids. This boy is going to be the death of me. He also wanted my wedding band different because it's too plain. But I'm like, dude, my engagement ring has diamonds on it. I don't want it to be too showy. Don't even get me started about the engagement ring. Lol. Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting, right? I read a lot of brides that bitch about their engagement rings. Never, ever have I read one where she says, it's too fancy. Usually it's like, if I don't have diamonds up to the ceiling, I'm not marrying you. Which is disgusting. Don't get me wrong. I'm not into showy rings either. I'm not into showy jewelry at all. I'm not into jewelry at all. I'm a mess. But I've never seen another bride complain about her ring being too showy. This specimen is interesting. Here's her update. I'm leaving this group because most of y'all are a bunch of bitches. Y'all can't take jokes. My fiance knows that I love him, and I am more than happy about the fact that he's involved. But when he pushes me out of the way to make decisions is when I have a problem with it. Y'all just say, let him be involved, but he is involved. It's me that's getting pushed to the side. No, I hear you. It's very likely that's the case. The original post was about asking if my fiance is the only one who does this, or if your significant other does this. I joke with him all the time and say, just show up and look pretty. It's a joke. He thinks it's funny. I think it's funny. His mother thinks it's funny. I'm not being malicious. It's joking around. Grow the f*** up. I've learned not to include inside jokes into a post that is making a complaint or a criticism about someone else, because the only people that know that inside joke are you guys. So yeah, but I believe you. I believe you. Whatever. It's late. Whoever created this group should really take it down or delete people, because y'all are a bunch of bullies. Oh, Lord, we're okay. I actually like the Groomzilla posts a lot because we don't see them as much. We don't. I do notice grooms either don't care genuinely, they just want to show up and get married, or if they do care, they're like the kind of guys that keep it to themselves because it's her special day, which it is her special day. It's also his special day, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. It's so I like the Groomzilla stories where they are actual Zillas, right? Because as a female, it's nice to know that men can absolutely be as big of a Zilla as we women can. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content you saw today, click the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, make sure that you like the video. It really helps the algorithm. And hit the bell icon, because that's good for you. That means whenever I release a new piece of content, you're the first person to know about it. You can get those comments in early. Hey then, thanks again for watching. Have an excellent weekend and a productive start to your week next week. None of us are looking forward to it, but it's coming nonetheless. Tschüss.